Okay, hello, welcome back to the channel. This will be my first long play on this channel, as the other two videos I have made have been short montage-esque videos. And this long play will be over a game that's already happened. And that game is a Warwick game. My first ever Warwick game. And I started playing Warwick for a few reasons. One of those being I just play junglers in general. Most of my roster of champions are junglers. Some of those include Master Yi, Zhao, Fiddlesticks, Nunu, Echo, Kane, champs like that. And while I don't play a lot of them anymore, like I don't play Nunu as much, Fiddle, Zhao, just more of like an Echo player now or a Master Yi player. I am still accustomed to just playing jungle. So, after I started seeing Warwick in a bunch of my games, and most of the time they beat me, or like bot lane, they ended up ganking a ton and winning the game for the enemy team, I decided to try him out, because he seemed simple, easy to play, and strong. So I actually tried to learn him, and learn support, and annoy him, of course. And so I started by looking at the clear, which I did at the beginning of this match. That's why I was standing still. And that clear told me to go red, rafters, wolves, blue, and then ground. And the technique that was shown in the video I looked up was by auto-attacking all the small raptors and clearing that with wolves, and queuing the big raptor or the big wolf. This allows me to kill all the small raptors and the big wolf around the same time, the big raptor around the same time, using the burn passive on the jungle item. And with Warwick, what U.G simply go was Q first, W, and then into E. Max out W, max out Q, and then max out E. I believe that's because W is what gives Warwick the move speed, the attack speed, for champs that have below 50% health. That's why I'm running right there. Because I sense the buy. He was low up here. I don't know why it's across the map. That's the passive of it. I don't get it. Oh, and then Warwick's other part of that passive is, of course, dealing like attacking faster for low champions and low monsters, which is why I was quickly attacking when they were below. It's below 50%, he attacks, I believe, twice as quickly. 70% quicker and scales up with their level. And then those bonuses tripled when they're below 20%. And then his regular passive is healing on hit. Healing that magic damage on hit. I don't know why he even does magic damage in the first place on hit, but he does. And here I run down, try to gank bot lane, do it very sloppily, and eat all their skill shots. It ends up taking out the Vi. The Ashe got that kill, which is good, but it was not well done, of course. And so I went up to mid lane. I'm sensing Sion up here, who's low. Where was it? I think it was Kiana or something. Kiana and then Sion. Something like that. So that's why I got the speed boost. Here, I was just standing around waiting for Kiana to get low. By twisted fate, I do not know why, because it wasted a lot of time. I could have backed, could have bought items, could have cleared my jungle camps around here again, but I didn't. I waited. I waited in the enemy's jungle, which had a ward, so they knew I was there anyways. But then I go down to the Krugs. I want to clear the Krugs, and then go back to clear the Raptors, just clear camps. And as you can see, I'm trying to rotate between all the Krugs, because I believe if you have that increased attack speed on the low health ones, if you're able to click away enough, you still do the quick animation, even though it's on an enemy who's like at full health, half health, doesn't matter. You still have that quick move speed from the previous one. You have to, you know, click quick enough for it to register. And so, I don't even think I looked at the Raptors again. I didn't even know Sion was down here. He's level 5, I'm level 4. I walk with a ward. And then I walk through it again, trying to gank this area. I'm just in a ward spot. And obviously Sirac pings that, I see that, and run away. Because I don't have Oracle yet. I just go and do Scuttle again. Clear that quickly, and then run back to do more camps in my jungle. My usual jungle clears, what I try to do is just clear my entire side quickly, do Scuttle, try to do Raptors, the enemy Raptors if you respawn. If not, look for a gank anywhere, and then back. But sometimes I don't, as seen here. I just stay and clear, and later on back. And as you can see, the Scion is doing my camps, so that obviously ruins my plan a bit. But I still go forward, clear that, run to go to my Raptors, which are gone. And I use my E too early because they're on. And then I run to where I think I'm trying to go to the Vi for some reason. I think I tower dive her and get completely bodied because she has her armor. So my flash was wasted, and I die a dumb death. But what if I told you that that would be my only death for the majority of the game? I'm sure you wouldn't believe that. I wouldn't believe it either. Because that was not a good start. I have no kills. I'm level 5, while the entire enemy team, other than of course the ADC and the support, is level 6. Or 7. And then all my camps are stolen. But I see that Kayle is fighting Sion. I use my W to get the passive that I usually have for my W, but since I'm nearby, just automatically, no matter what health he's at, the active on it is the nearest enemy. So then I get that speed boost to get that attack boost towards those enemies. Here, the Kiana jumps on me, uses her ult, but Kayle is here, so we're able to get her low. And since I'm Warwick, and I thought this was a good idea, I run in to actually Kiana. And Twisted Fate gets here, stuns her, and I kill her. And then I tried to fight the Vi, which was obviously not a good idea. She could have killed us both, but she didn't go in. She gets stunned by Twisted Fate, and Twister tries to run away, flashes, he still dies. Because Vi flash, couldn't escape. Kayle, of course, is also low here, so I don't know why she tried to fight the Vi. But regardless, I'm all the way back over here doing my things, because I need to get my level 6. Drink smarter. Now at this point, I'm very behind. I'm level 5, the ADC's level 6. That's not what you want to do as a jungler. You want to be level 6, level 7, before the ADC even has a ult. Of course, up here, fight broke out, Twisted Fate came in, teleported, and killed the Vi after, you know, she killed Kayle. I come in and kill the minions that are on the tower just so Kiana doesn't get some tower damage in. Fail at CSing. Just didn't know how much damage Warwick did at this stage. Recover in the end, and just go back to doing jungle camps. Because there are no ganks on the map currently, Of course, there's a fight over here, but I'm all the way over here, so I can't get there. And bot lane's doing fine. If I just come back from top lane, Kiana's in vigor. And what's good about Warwick and why he's even more beginner friendly is because you really don't have to look at your map sometimes. And the reason for that is because if there's enemies below 50% health, you will get a trail instantly. So that would just tell you, oh, there's enemies low, and then you just run to them. So you don't have to use your map that much. Obviously, in this fight here, I missed my ult, which costed me. She flashed out a bit, and I couldn't kill Caitlyn afterwards. So I forced the back, but I didn't get any kills. Helpful, but not that great. And then I just go back to blue. What I noticed was that Warwick is a bit mana hungry just because he doesn't have much mana to begin with, and you're using Q a lot. Which is 60 mana, you're not really using W active. Other than unless it's at the start of the fight. So you're only using it once, and then E using when you get in, but you're using Q a lot. 60 mana per use. So he's a bit mana hungry, but not that much. And of course, I haven't even discussed my runes. The runes I want were the ones on u.gg. I went PTA with Triumph, Alacrity, Last Stand, probably because Warwick heals when he's low a lot more with his regular passive, and I still don't understand it. It's so good. I don't understand why he does on-hit damage and then heals. I don't get it. And then his Q heals. It's something. Alacrity for more auto attacks. Triumph because restore health on kill. Voices. And then sorcery second for celerity and water walking. And I like this because it helps with ganks and it helps with your W. Celerity helps with the W movement speed so you go even faster. And water walking to where you go in the river, you go even faster. So, and that helps with your W, or as you see here, or you don't because she goes away. But you'll see later, his R scales off of movement speed to where they are range. I don't even think it says it here. Yeah, here it is. It scales with his move speed, and even though it doesn't say the scaling, it's a good bit. Like, you can jump really far later on. And see, I go in again, even though she is 2 levels above me. She's around half health, and so I can scare her off. I'm like around full. Even if I was a bit lower, I could scare her off anyways, because I heal. And she doesn't do enough damage. Probably with her R, she probably can, but she doesn't do enough to really kill her. Siege Twisted Fate just gets completely bodied here, and they have a Rift Herald on the tower. I'm doing my camps. Probably not the best use of my time to try to defend that 5. But it is what it is. It's noise, it's learning. And that's just jungle basic, so learning jungle more, I guess. And then I just go around doing my camps again, because at this point, I'm at the camp, 1, and 2, Kiana's not low, so I don't have my move speed, and she doesn't have the lane pushed in, so it's fine. Bot lane, nothing's going on. Top lane, nothing's going on at the moment, so I'll just go clear. And now, I'm back to get my Divine Sunderer into armor cloth armor, whatever. And right here, what I did was, I used my W, and I thought that it gave me the move speed. And later on I realized it has a range of use, but I was like, oh, I could use my W to get to lane faster, when in reality, it was not because I used it was because she was half health. It was just really well timed. But, I mean, if they're close enough, which they wouldn't be really unless they're on your base, you could use W to get back to lane, but what's good about Warwick is just the passive of it. If somebody's half health across the map, doesn't matter. If they're half health, you can get back to lane, like, really quickly. Not back to lane, but anywhere you want to be. Really. Because when you're back here, and somebody's like half health anywhere, you're gonna get movement speed for anywhere you go at the moment. Until you get closer and closer to where your destination is, whether it's near them, away from them, you know. And here I go in, I R the kill her, and then use my W after I walk into a few traps. I flash Q, try to get the kill, but it's not enough, so I take the damage and go away. Killed one, but missed the other two, and I'm sure I could have killed the other two if I did the gank a bit better, but still, you know, still learning. First time playing Warwick, still learning. I don't know if I could do it now. I did 2 more Warwick games, but it's not enough practice, obviously. It takes tens of hundreds of games to get good at a champ, honestly. And you still learn after that. I can say that from Mastery experience, Jhin experience. And yes, I play Jhin ADC, it's fun. Most Mastery on him too, it's something. But this is about work. I don't think this is a proper way to clear this work. Probably not. I think the ending layer is the least decent, using his attack speed to kill everything quickly. And then I run into this fight, because I wanted to test the limits of Warwick. I think I could have taken on this 1v1. Although at the moment I didn't want to, because I knew Sion was here, so it would have been like a 2v2. So I didn't run into Vi. If I knew Sion wasn't here, if it was just Vi, I think I would have taken it, to at least test if Warwick could win. Because at this point, of course, I have Divine Sunbear, so that's percent max health damage, and, like, health on that max health damage and whatnot. Just health on hits, you know. It's good for things like Warwick, it's good for Ezreal at the time. He has more builds now with his AP builds and whatnot, but it's good for those kinds of champs that weaken auto attacks and do more damage like that. And here I get completely caught out. I should have died. Twisted Fate, I think, ends up dying, but I don't. No, Soraka ends up dying. But I don't, because I got hit with the Wish by Soraka, and I heal off the Divine Sunderer, my passive, my Q. Heal off with a lot of things with Warwick. Even better when you have Soraka. But here I run back because if I broke out, Twisted Fate ends up killing Kiana. I end up helping kill this Nami, I think with just my fear. Maybe even an auto attack, but gave me the assist.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
And at this point, the enemy team is actually up gold by like 1.7. 1.7k gold, so actually a bit more now. So they are still winning. They're 3 kills ahead, 2 drags. But we do take this back, we'll say. And I do Rift Herald over here. Or I go to do Rift Herald, I see the ward. I don't run. I don't know why. But against the Vi, I do decently well, and then of course they get assisted by my own team, so she just can't do anything. And I just heal back up chomps, Soraka heals, take the Rift Herald, and go into a 2v3 at the time, somehow end up killing Kiana. I go after Nami because she's low, she's a support, I don't want to face kill Nami with the Q jump, and I go back to help against Sion. Q ends up dying to me as well. I kill... No, I don't kill Reds. Twisted Fate kills Vi. I help with that, so... That was a good team fight. We got Rift, we got a few kills, so it works out. Now I'm 4-1-4, and I have gold on my hands. So I could back, get more, you know, as I'm doing here, I back and get more items because I have
Blue
gold.
team's turret has been destroyed.
So I back, I grab boots, plate steel caps, and then I go to Tiamat and giant spells, which I think at that time I also instantly looked up what I should buy, and it's Titanic. It was Titanic Hydra for the what's it called? Auto attack effect with Tiamat, and then of course healing, more damage on health, which you just get a bunch of health and heal on Warwick. And as you see, when I started that over here, when I started going, I hit W, it did nothing. Which is when I learned, oh, it has a range. But, what's good about that, I don't know why, but the cooldown eventually is funny. I identify, I get bin bagged, and then I flash away and run. I get healed by Wish, so I think, oh, I can go back in. And in reality, I cannot. But I live because Soraka heals me, and although she dies, I live. I just keep doing games. I don't help out the Ashe, because I was low, the Vi's still over here, there's two of them. And although I'm healed back up, I just go help against the Scion. Help Kale. Of course, can't really do much at that time, but he does end up dying because he was low. I have the attack speed. Oh, but he does take this tower. He just hits it instantly. Twisted Fate's TP was helpful at that point. Tower just went down, so he doesn't have that. But that's fine. I see Drake is up. I use my W to run in. Get hit by the Vi, instantly start going after her. But then toward my attention just goes toward the bot laners. Nami falls down quickly because of her health. Caitlyn falls down quickly because of her health.
Blue team double kill.
And then I go after Kiana, miss my R just by a bit, but she ends up dying anyways. And I get the triple. It wasn't clean, but it was decent at the time. And of course, that makes me up to 8, 1, and 4. So, at this point, I'm basically fed. And anyways, like I was saying earlier, with the W. Warwick's W, if you active it, if you use the active, if there's nobody nearby, if it's on cooldown, whatever, he starts regenerating the, time it takes, whatever the cooldown, he starts regenerating that faster. I don't know. It's bizarre. He regens it, he gets the cooldown back faster if no enemies are being sensed, if he has on cooldown. So then he can use it just quicker. So this cooldown, that's already at 46 seconds, it'll be lower if nobody's being sensed. And so I back after that triple, I go buy Titanic, and then I go into Bramble. I go into Bramble because on the guide it was like the next item to get, usually, typically, it was Bramble, which goes into, what was it? Bramble, yeah, whatever. I just came back from the trip. I forget items in League. Anyways, I run on the Kiana, try to save Twisted Fate. She's really low. I try to sense her, end up curing her, she's dead. She is under 50% health, Twisted Fate stuns her with the gold card, and I end up assisting. Twisted Fate gets the kill. So at this point, I'm not taking much damage. I can take quite a few fights, just with the speed. With the R, silence, what was it, silence, and then they can't do anything. I'm just attacking them 3 times over. Healing, doing a lot of damage.
Blue team double kill.
So it's really good right now for me. I go in over here. I know I can take them. It's an ADC. She goes down pretty quickly. And Nami, it's a support. Fed Warwick versus support. I ride the tomato with her. I knew she was going to do that, and although I eat all the skill shots she throws at me, I'm quick enough to catch up and cure her. And I go back to clearing the camps, and although I get dived by Kiana, I do try to hit her, but she goes away. I'm like, oh, where'd she go? And she just comes out, and I realize she's just not doing much damage. And so I don't really take mind to her. She's really not doing anything while I can just eat her and just cure her once and she's dead. Because Kiana's behind. Kiana's 6 and 9 too, and I'm 12 and 1 and 5. With, like, quite a few items. She doesn't have many. So it's not that effective. Plus, I have like 128 armor because Warwick has high base armor for some reason. Builds health and has good base armor. So he takes low damage and has a ton of health to heal. It's quite something. And does a bunch of damage in return. I don't get it. I don't get it. But, anyways, I go back. I bought Thorn Mail. That's what it was. Thorn Mail. I couldn't remember it for my life. But I bought Thorn Mail because, you know, healing by support. Well, Scion doesn't heal. Healing doesn't heal. But anyways, support healing, and they were mostly 80. 80, 80, 80, 80. So I just bought it because of the armor and the side effect of grievous wounds, of course, which reduces healing by when you get to Thorn Mail 60%. Anyways, Kiana's dead. After I eat a bunch of skill shots, of course. I use my R for no reason at this point, and Nami dies. Guess my Q does. My Q, I don't understand why Q has a launch as well. It's an auto attack reset. It heals you. It does more damage, and it's a plunge. I don't know, man. Right here, Twist of Fate tries to go in TP so we can like tower dive the Caitlyn. Of course, it doesn't work. We have to end up running away, but I stay here because I know I can fight whoever shows up. And of course, when Caitlyn walks past, I use my Chilling Smite, so she slows down, I speed up. I go and fear her, and while she gets away for the time being, Ashe gets completely pin-bagged and dies. I get low, but Soraka comes in with a clutch heal, and I run away. And Twist of Fate ends up actually killing Caitlyn as well, but dies himself afterwards. And so now I've survived many close encounters with low health, but, you know, can just run back into jungle and heal all the way back up, because that's what this champ does, apparently. It's crazy. Obviously, it's not that crazy. He can get countered easily by things like Grievous Wounds, but, you know, it's something. In here, I just R her, I cure her once, she's almost dead instantly, she even flashes away, but I'm able to kill her. In here, I come in and save the Soraka because mine was low, meaning I have quick attack speed on her. Of course, I could do damage with my Q, it's something. And I have the health for it too, 3,000 health. Like, a lot of health. It's probably comparable to the Scion in this game, actually. How is he doing? 4,400 health. On a tank. Wow, I'm like a skirmisher, bruiser, whatever, with like 3,000 health and a ton of attack damage, some armor. While the Scion, you know, of course has less armor and doesn't have the best attacks to do damage. And, of course, doesn't have the speed other than with his R. Or healing. What I'm saying is, like, he's not Warwick. At this point in the game, with like 30 minutes in or so, we are now ahead by not even that much. 4K gold, 6 kills, tied with drags, we have Chemtech. which I honestly think is good for Warwick, because if they have more current health than you, that's what Warwick does. If he's low, he heals, he attacks. Well, he just heals when he's low. I run into a 1v4 just to test the limits of what Warwick can do, and of course, I die. I don't know what was expected, but the amount of time I survived with just Warwick's kit and Soraka's heals, it just made me realize more and more how broken this champ can be. And of course, this is a lucky game. Not a lot of people are AP. It's like 1 AP in their support. So my armor helps. My health helps. The behinds, that helps. We have Soraka, that helps. Like, everything helps. And of course, we really don't win the team fight. We kind of lose it. Just because of me going in, but it's annoying, so I tried to limit test, try to learn champ. That's my excuse. Obviously, in the actual game, the actual ranked game, whatever, I wouldn't have done that. It's not a good idea. But, as always, you kill the ADC, because ADCs are weak. It's just a joke, they're not, but they kind of are, until late tactics. We go back in, I miss my R, I kill Nami anyways. Vi stays a while, and doesn't actually kill the ADC. She gets body blocked before she can. And so Ashe has to run back and back anyways, while Kiana lurks in the shadows looking for that Ashe. Doesn't find her, and goes back. As I go and clear some more camps, use my W to see if anybody's in range, and they are not. And right now I'm just roaming. I do end up seeing that there is a fight mid, but it's a bit too late to save Twisted Fate. He dies. I clear a ward. Some great contributions by me. And I'm gonna use my scare tactics to, you know, scale Kiana, get her low. She tries to get away, but dies because she runs to like 3 people at this point. ADC dies because she's being hit by Kayle and me. And I went into jungle, detect a Scion while he's backing, and don't get there in time. Very sad. I look down just to see if I could push in a wave. See the wave is back here, and just call it off, you know, just run back. I sit with the support because I know she can just heal me for all my life. And sit under drag, so we can get the drag. Usually I do like to focus the drags quickly, because I don't like to pick a fight around the drag, even if we're ahead. Because I know that they can always steal it, we can somehow lose, even though we have this, the 16k ult, it's a bit hard to lose, but I don't like to take chances. I go in to 1v3, flash away, because I was going to die if I don't. And my team can honestly take care of the rest. This Kayle is level 16. She can kill anything at this point. But I am still on Warwick, so that does help. And at this point, I'm 17-2 in 10. If I goes into a 1v4 and they forfeit. But anyways, that was the Warwick game I had. 17-2 and 10, and I hope it was a nice video to watch. I'm going to try to do more of these later. See ya.